Mace, congrats on a great milestone. Happy birthday. I have learned a lot from you over the years, including how great Omaha, Nebraska is in June. Let's talk about it soon. One day in baseball heaven, Busch Stadium, St. Louis, Missouri. I'll buy the first Budweiser. Happy birthday.
Ready?
Yeah. Just rolling.
Hey, Mace, happy birthday. Wow. You're still a young man, however. And I want to tell you thank you for everything you've done for me during my career and my life since I've known you for over 40 years. You gave me a lot of good things to talk about, and you made it easy for me to do it. Except for one time, you remember that, the first regional that you hosted there at Privateer Park, when you put me and my cameraman Steve Peretti up on top of that little press box, and we found out that the roof of that press box was made out of more tar paper than wood, and we started to sink. The only time I abandoned my cameraman. And I've told you this before, and I'll tell people this all the time. I love Skip Bertman. I admire what he did in Louisiana, but I'll go to my grave saying that Ron Maestri was Skip Bertman in Louisiana before Skip Bertman. Happy birthday, big guy. I love you.
Hey Mace, happy 80th birthday, and congratulations on all of your accomplishments. I still hear your voice saying, "Come on, Mock, you gotta be mean." It turns out you were right, so thank you for being one of the people who helped me get through life, and thanks from all of us for being the person you are. So happy birthday, and many more. Bye.
Coach Maestri, greetings from the great Midwest, your homeland. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Hope for the best. Not that you need any advice or anything from me, but when you blow out those candles today, let's hope that we have a regular baseball season and things get back to normal. Happy birthday. See you soon.
A magical birthday for a magical man. Happy birthday, Mace. I first got to know you watching your teams play in the early 1970s with the snow fence, then got to be your friend working with you. I was very proud to be able to help get this ballpark named after you. You'll always be special to me and to my family, as well as the University of New Orleans. May God truly bless you. May this be the first of many, many more birthdays to come. Privateer proud, and you made it that way. Happy birthday, Mace. God bless you.
Hey, Macers. Happy birthday. Thank you for being a confidant, a mentor, a friend, someone who really treats me like family here in New Orleans. From all the Friday morning coffee dates to all the baseball scrimmages and practices, sitting with you and Bobby and Dennis. You've really made New Orleans feel like home and have always been there. So it's been real fun trying to get all these videos together for you with Chrissy. So I really hope you have a great day and you enjoyed the video. And I'm sure I will see you soon.
Hey Mace, happy birthday. So we were going to surprise you and have a birthday party for you, but with COVID and everything else, we decided just to make the best of 2020 and do a little video for you. I'm sure you'll be roasted by a few of us, so I'm not going to go down that road. But I do want to say thank you for everything that you've done for me. I do remember when I first called you from Loyola Street, I believe it was, when I came in to town for the first time, and you told me to get off at Morrison Road, and at the Exxon station you asked me what I was in, and I said, well, I'm not in anything. And there was that little bit of silence in there, and then your voice went up about 3 octaves, and you said, what do you mean? And I said, it's what I'm on. And yeah, that was a long ride, 2.5 days on a motorcycle, so but it's all worth it. And a lot of good memories, that's for sure. You remember in the World Series when Rima me and Ryma pulled you into the outfield and asked you to put Joe Bennett in the lineup instead of Johnny. That was one of the unique times that I remember with you. There's so many of them. And I'm sure Terry Kiefer's probably going to be sending you a lot of stories. There's always the Rod Luck story. Oh, man. Joe Roussel against Nichols when they locked him in the bathroom. Did they lock Joe in the bathroom, or no? Rod Luck locked a fan in the bathroom. That's right, in the outhouse. Oh boy. The guy's riding by the field streaking on a motorcycle. Yeah, there's a lot of them. How about over in Illinois in the CICL when you got thrown out of the ball game and you had the bus driver drive the bus up to the up to the backstop. We'll go on, but it's all good. I wish the best. And I guess after the first of the year, maybe once we all get vaccinated, maybe we can all get together and have a nice little reunion. But I'm sure there's a bunch of guys getting ready to reach out to you. So happy birthday and enjoy the day. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Hey Mace, wanted to come by the place where we had so many happy memories in the past and wish you a very happy 80th birthday from one huge rugby fan to, as we all know, another huge rugby fan. Happy 80th birthday, and we'll be seeing you around.
Mace, Brandy and I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. We're thankful to have you for a friend, and we just appreciate you so much for everything you have done for our family. Thank you for giving me my first job in coaching. Go Privateers. Love you, Mace.
Hey, Mace, how the hell are you, brother? Happy birthday. Just sitting here with Miss Rebecca at home. Beautiful day in Florida. Hell, I don't know why I'm not fishing. I guess because I'm doing this damn video. Anyway, we really wanted to send our best and wish you a happy birthday. Nice to know after all these years I'm taking orders from your daughter now instead of you. But I suppose that's a step in the right direction. Anyway, we had a few laughs thinking back to some of our times in New Orleans, and also me personally, obviously, spending the time with the ball club and with you. And I'm sure there will be plenty of stories. Hell, you got Mortis going. He never shuts up, so he's got all sorts of stories running around on texting and on the phone, all that stuff that I don't do very much. So this in itself is incredible for me to be able to do this. And hopefully I won't screw it up. But anyway, I was thinking back to some stories and how influential you were, obviously, to all of us. And I think back to the one day I showed up late for practice, 5-10 minutes. It was probably 30, but in my mind it was 5 or 10. The third race at the fairgrounds might have gone a little longer than it was supposed to. And man, did I catch hell for that. And in your normal calm manner, you disciplined me and set me back real quick and let me know right now what the deal was. And I'll never forget that, and I really appreciate that, because 45, 50 years later, I'm still a degenerate horse player. Okay, so you really had a big impact as far as that goes in my life. And then we were laughing about, all the stuff in my career once I left college ball and went to pro ball, and all the stuff I learned from you, baseball-wise, discipline-wise, work ethic-wise, all the great lessons that I could take with me and build on as I worked my way through professional ball. And yeah, got a chance to manage in the big leagues. That was something special. But the 6 or 7 times I got fired, I thought, man, oh man, did I miss something along the way? And I wanted to thank you for that as well. So anyway, in all seriousness, I hope you're well. I hope the family and everybody's doing real well. And I'm not kidding you. It's about time for a road trip. I've had about enough. Wish we could be there, and I might see you sooner than you think. January 15th, I believe, is your day, and hell, who knows, maybe I could deliver this directly to you instead of having somebody else give it to you, because that's about the time I'm ready for a road trip after we get through the holidays. So anyway, all the best. Seriously, thank you for everything that you've done for the program, for myself, and for all the kids that you had time to work with. And I know my life's been changed, and a lot of people like yourself have been great influences on me, and I really want to thank you and wish you all the best on your 80th birthday. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.
Hi, Coach. Happy 80th birthday. Hard to believe that much time has passed. Can you remember back 47 years ago? 47 years ago now is when I was going to school at New Orleans and playing baseball. You think you can remember that? Sue says you remember everything. I don't know. You know, little story, 30 years after the fact, we were taking my daughter down, Bonnie and I were taking my daughter, Claire, our middle child, down to St. Mary's of Notre Dame down in South Bend. And we were in a room and putting stuff away. I walked out in the hallway, and the guy across the hall bring his daughter in, came out. So we introduced ourselves to each other. We started talking. He talked about how everybody in his family has either gone to St. Mary's or they've gone to Notre Dame. He said, I even went to Notre Dame, and I played baseball at Notre Dame. And he looked about my age. So I said to him, when did you play here at Notre Dame? He said, I was here, I played baseball from 72 to 76. I said, really? I said, do you remember, or were you a member of the team when they came to New Orleans in 74 and played a doubleheader on their spring trip? He said, yeah, I was there. He says, I was the leadoff batter down there. I said, well, if you were the leadoff batter, I said, I picked you off twice. And he kind of took a step back, and that kind of cooled things for a while. But that was, it was interesting. I said, how about the time we were in Memphis in 74? We go to Memphis to play on Friday, Good Friday and Saturday, and then head back home. And Friday, you had me pitching against, I don't even know who it was. But when we came out of our motel, all the scouts were waiting to get on the bus with us because they weren't going to drive their cars into that part of town. That was good scheduling, Coach. And we get to that game, and I'm pitching, and I picked two guys off of first base. And those are probably the only two times I have ever been called for balks picking guys off of first base. I got upset, and all I did was throw fastballs after that, and we took care of them pretty easily, But you know what happened after that? I don't know if you remember or not. We went back to our motel in Memphis to stay overnight, and some of us went over to a 7-Eleven store across the street to get something to eat. And it was kind of an elevated parking lot. And on the other side of the parking lot, there was another parking lot for another business, but it was down a lot lower. So we came out, and we were going to hop up on that ledge and then just jump down and walk through the parking lot. I put my foot up, and I slipped. My foot slipped off the edge, and I fell forward, and I fell over the wall, and I just happened to be right between two cars. So I put my hands on each side, on each car, and I did a handstand. And I go, oh boy, I'm in trouble now. And my legs went back down onto that upper parking lot and that upper short wall. I thought I broke my leg when I hit that cement wall. And it took me a few minutes to get my bearings. And then we walked back to the motel, and you were in, you and I think Don Boyne or somebody were in the bar just having a drink and listening to music. And we went in and sat down with you for a while. And Don looked at my leg and he said, let's go. And we went up to my room because it was, quite large. And he put ice on me for the rest of the night, and the next day. But I know that bothered me for a couple of weeks because they would always put a tight bandage on it. How about the time we went to, we played Eddie Stanky in South Alabama. we played a Friday night and a doubleheader on Saturday, so we played 3 games. So the Friday night game, I'm pitching, and I believe it was a 9-inning game. I gave up 19 singles that game, and nothing else, just 19 singles, which is more than plenty. And we end up winning 14-12. Because of that great hitting team that you put together, Coach. They could pound anybody. And we did that day against Eddie Stanky. But I backed up third base so many times, and every time I was behind third base and walked back to the mound, Eddie Stanky would put his eyes on me and follow me all the way back. And I could still see the whites of his eyes, as he was following me across the infield. I got another one. Do you remember the regional tournament, the South Regional Tournament? We're coming back out of the losers bracket on Sunday, and we didn't have anybody to pitch. And down in New Orleans, I really didn't get stiff that often, because the humidity and the warmth, I could get loose. I remember, in high school, if my dad needed a pitcher and we didn't have anybody, I said, well, I'll pitch. I didn't think about myself and my arm, and I did that even with Coach Doherty. I did it a couple of times with Coach Doherty. If we were short on pitching, I would take the mound and do whatever I could do. So I thought I could do that here. And I'm warming up, and one of the guys came out and said, how you doing? And I said, I'm okay. And I said, who's playing second base today? And the guy said, I think Johnny's playing, Johnny Owens. And he said, can you tell Coach I would like to have Joe Bennett play second base? I said, Joe's a better defensive player, and they're gonna hit the ball off me today. I'm not gonna be striking guys out, and I need a good defensive player. And he was a little bit better than Johnny. Johnny was a better hitter, but Joey was a better defensive player. And wouldn't you know, in that game, that Joey Bennett turns 2 double plays, and he gets 2 or 3 hits for sure. And we win that game 2-1 over Nicholls State in 10 innings. It was quite a game. But there are so many memories from that special year. You even giving me the chance to come down and play for you guys and put responsibility on me to go out to the mound and and pitch full games and continue to be a leader on the team. And I really appreciate it. That was probably I think about that year more than I think about any other year in baseball that I have ever had. And I appreciate all you did for me and to skyrocket me forward to if my arm would have held up, who knows what would have happened. So but it was a great run, and I thank you and Sue for everything you did for us down in New Orleans to make us feel comfortable and to get us through that year, and it was wonderful. Okay, happy 80th birthday, Coach, and may this be the start of many more.
Mace, I just want to say, sincerely happy birthday. You made it to 80. It's a big milestone. I can honestly say that you are the only person that I've worked for as a boss, you're my boss, that I consider a friend, that I actually liked. I actually liked you, and for so many reasons. One, your sense of humor is the best. I found you to be a stand-up guy. You defended me when I needed it the most. Remember the Rob Coolidge situation? Me having an event, 550 people there, fundraiser for our basketball program, and I punch out the guy who headed up the whole event that was raising money for us. I was knew it was going to be front page of the Times-Picayune. Knew I was going to get fired after day one, and I give you a phone call, and I explained to you that the guy badgered me 4 straight comments before I actually punched him. And you listened, and I kept waiting for you to say you're fired. And your response was, Tim, I got a problem with this. And I said, yeah, Mace, I understand. And you said, no, my problem is this. Why didn't you punch him out the first time after he said he started badgering you? How did you wait till the 4th time? When Cooley comes back in to see you 2 years later, ready him up, trying to build a baseball program there for the the Zephyrs, they're moving from Denver, don't have a place to play. He tells you he's going to build your bathrooms, he's going to build your concession stands if you let him use the UNO baseball field for 2 years. Anybody would have loved it. And he said, yeah, that all sounds great, Robert. I got one question if you'll do it for me. He said, sure, Mace, anything I'll do it for you. And he said, I'll do it under this one condition. If you'll name Tim Floyd your general manager. That's a stand-up guy. And a lot of people don't know about how compassionate you are. There's an old guy in the Alpines who didn't have a friend in the world. No longshoreman out of New Orleans. I'm going to tell you this because this really grabbed me. Didn't have a friend in the world other than Ron Maestri. Mace let him out fishing at her place. And you were the one guy who was going by his hospital and checking on him. He had Lou Gehrig's disease and going down. You were the one guy that was at his funeral that represented me, but represented yourself because you're the one that did it. When I was coaching out in El Paso, Texas, and couldn't get to the funeral. Great man. I love you. Happy birthday. Love you too, Sue. John, Chrissy, your dad. Anytime I talk, he's talking about you two guys. He's a loyal, great guy, and I'm proud to call you a friend. Adios, Mace.
Hi, Mace. I just wanted to call and wish you a happy 80th birthday. I know 80's kind of old, Sue, so maybe you should probably get Mace a tattoo with his name, number, and his street address on it, just in case, so he can find his way home. All kidding aside, Mace, I would also like to thank you for the opportunity you gave me to fulfill my dream of playing in baseball. I hope you have a great day, and take care. We'll talk soon. Happy birthday.
Hey Mace, happy birthday. It's hard to believe you're at that milestone, being so young as you are. I hope you're not still pissed at me for messing up my ankle before our opening game a long time ago. And the other thing, I always remember the story about you when our first fall ball game against Nicholls State down at Bayou somewhere. Some kid took a wild hack at me, 0-1. Next pitch, I dropped him in the dirt, came in the dugout and said, Mace, I know you wanted everything up and away with 0-2, but I just couldn't have that guy swing like that off me. And you replied, go ahead and do what you want to do. From then on, you trusted me, and I always am thankful for that and appreciate that, and happy birthday again.
Hey, Mace, happy birthday to you. Man, dang, you look good. I really wish I could be there to celebrate with you, but maybe we did that last January for LSU. So hope to see you soon, and I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope we can all get outside soon, Mace. All right. I don't know what you're trying to explain here. Probably what the pasta dinner is going to look like that night. Probably. All right, happy 80th. See you, Mace.
Hey, Coach, Johnny Owen here. Wishing a happy 80th birthday. Quite a milestone. Again, just give me an opportunity to tell you how much I appreciate you. You gave me a chance to extend my playing career and experience college ball, and gave me some of the best memories of my life. Again, 80 years old, just keep health, and thinking of you, pray for you, and have many more. Thank you.
Hey Mace, Ralphie here. I just wanted to wish you a very special 80th birthday. It doesn't seem like 45 years ago that you knocked on my door at Bradley, door open, there were you in Toth, and here we are 45 years later, lived in the same town for a long time. Just want to know that you're the person that's responsible for this lifelong hardship that you placed on me. So have a wonderful birthday. 1974 Pacers salute you. And as you said, we may not have been the best team you ever had, but we were the most fun. So again, best to you, Sue, Chrissy, and Goog Marug. Have a good holiday and have a wonderful
Happy 80th birthday, Mace. Hope you have 80 more, and I hope those 80 are just as good as the first 80. And I really didn't know what to get you for your birthday, but I found something I think is very appropriate. It'll remind you of what your favorite word was in 2020. So you'll probably have it on your birthday or a little before, but here it is. So this will make people understand exactly what you're thinking when you're looking at them. All right, happy birthday, Mace.
Hey, Mace, this is Shill. Just want to wish you a happy 80th birthday from all of the Shillingtons. And I want to give you a special shout out and thank you for inviting me down to University of New Orleans to play baseball. If not, wouldn't have a Neva, wouldn't have 2 great boys, 3 great grandchildren. So, and it grieves me to tell you that I'm so happy to have met guys like Keyser and Mortis and, you know, Purse, Howdy, Erickson, Snit, among just a few. Joey Bennett, man, what great guys to be associated with. Because of you, I've been, met a lot of people, made a lot of contacts, and just a big shout out to you, Mace. Happy 80th birthday. And may you and your family have a wonderful, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. This is Shill saying thank you again.
What a milestone, Ron Maestri. Happy birthday. I've known you for over 3 decades, and I've worked with many of those years with you side by side, and I'm very proud to have worked with you during those years. But I'm more proud to call you my friend. Ron Maestri, happy 100th birthday.
Hi, Mace. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I hope your day is everything you wish for and more. Hope to see you soon.
Greetings. I'm in Helen, Georgia, under witness protection. Helen is a small little German Bavarian village in the middle of nowhere. I get about 1 million visitors a year, no traffic lights, a cute little place. I live in on a golf course just above Helen. If you watch any Hallmark Christmas movies, they've done a few from Helen. Happy birthday, Mace. I've got my phone taped to the wall, so hopefully this is going to work. So I'm just going to yak a little bit, tell a few stories. First time I saw Mace was in Springfield, Illinois at Lamford Ballpark. I was out there along the left field fence watching some guys throw in the bullpen during a CICL, that's the Central Illinois Collegiate League ball game. Mace was coaching the Peoria team, and John Shivey was coaching the Springfield team. As far as I remember, Mace had gotten thrown out of a ball game, and he left through the left field gate and sat on the bus. Inning later, John Shivey got thrown out of the game, and he followed him out there, and they're both sitting on the bus. And as far as I remember, they were sitting under the scoreboard watching the ball game a little bit later. That's the first time I saw Mace. Didn't know him then. Second time, I had just gotten out of class at the high school, Lamford High School, next to the ballpark, and walked over to see what my brother was doing. He was the groundskeeper at Lamford Ballpark. I saw my brother, Bob, out on the field right in front of home plate talking with this guy, and I asked him later who it was. He said it was the coach of the New Orleans team. It was the College World Series Division II going on, or just starting, and Mace was asking my brother about the field conditions. Well, we had rain the first 2 or 3 weeks before the World Series, and my brother said it was pretty wet, but what my brother always did, every time it rained, he'd throw more seed down because Lamford Ballpark got a lot of play during the course of the summer. So he told Mace, if you got any guys can bunt, have them lay down a bunt because the infield's pretty thick right now. and pull your infielders in, because the ball hits that grass, it's going to slow down quite a bit. I imagine he took that advice. They later on went and walked around the outfield fence and checked out things out there. My brother reminded him that the power alleys, even though they said 345, they weren't really 345. The Springfield Illinois was trying to get the AAA Cardinals at that time. A. Ray Smith was the owner, and he said, "You expand those power alleys, and I'll bring the Redbirds to Springfield." Well, my brother and the head of the recreation department got together and said, "Why don't we do this? We'll repair some of the fencing and repaint some of the pickets and just paint 375 in the power alleys." And I think my brother kind of let that secret out to Mace and told some of his guys they can play a little deeper in the outfield. So that's 2 times I've seen Mace. I didn't know who he was. And then later on, when I graduated high school, I went to a small little junior college in Springfield Junior College in Illinois. It was a Catholic junior college. We had 11 guys on the team. We all had long hair. 2 of the guys were basketball players. Just came out to fill out a roster in case we needed some help. And we beat the snot out of everybody. The 3 of the best pitchers in town, we just rotated from third base, pitch, and first. We kept rotating. Near the end of the season, we were in a district playoff with Lincoln Junior College. And the starting pitcher for them was Mike Swingle, and the catcher was Brian Snitker, who I didn't know them at the time. But after the ball game, I can't remember who won or lost. I'm sure it was a low-scoring game. After the game, John Shivey was over talking to my dad and my brother. He knew them, and he asked me if I wanted to go to another school. I shouldn't be pitching for some podunk little junior college. And he called Mace. Mace gave me a scholarship sight unseen, and I showed up down in New Orleans. I met Dave Grieve over in Champaign. We drove down, checked into our dorm rooms. Everybody was on the 8th floor. And I remember all the doors were open. The guys that were just checking in wanted to meet everybody. And I hear from the room across the hall, someone said, "What are you doing here?" I turn around and it's Snit and Swingle. And I said, "What are you guys doing here?" Because during that game that we played, they're yelling at me, "You long-haired hippie punk." And we're yelling at them, "You farmers, go milk a cow," whatever. I mean, we're all in farm country, but we had the long hair, they had the short hair. A couple days after being in New Orleans, I decided to go meet Mace, go over to the gymnasium and find his office, and I'm standing in the doorway tapping on the door frame. He's on the phone. He kind of looks up at me. I was 6'3", 165 pounds. I had raggy blue jeans on, I think a Spider-Man t-shirt, still the long hair. And he puts the phone down, he says, "Can I help you? You looking for Woodstock? It's down the street." And I said, "No, John Shivey sent me here." And he kind of looked at me and went, "Oh, geez, you gotta be kidding me." And I think he called Shive. He said, just wait a minute. And I stepped out. He probably called Shive, and Shive said, just watch him throw. So Mace grabbed the catcher's mitt and a glove, because I didn't have mine. He said, "Hey, let's go out back. I just want to see your arm angle, your arm motion." So we go out back, and that back door of the gymnasium had a little slope on it, looked like a pitching mound. So Mace paced off 60 feet. We started playing a little catch. He said, "Anytime you're loose." And I said, "I'm always loose." I said, "We need a catcher." He said, "You don't think I can catch you?" I said, "It's up to you." So he squatted down. I threw a couple, and he said, "Why don't you just go ahead and throw the ball hard? Go ahead." So I uncorked one, and my ball used to move like crazy, and it came in and sunk and tailed. And he fought it off, caught it, and he said, "Hey, just a minute." He ran in the locker room, and luckily, I think Snit was in there. He grabbed Snit and came back out. Snit came out and said, "Do I need equipment?" And I said, "You don't need equipment." So I went ahead and pitched to Snit, and all of a sudden Mace is a little happier now. And he said, you all checked in? You okay now? You checked into the dorm? I said, yeah, I'm fine. He said, okay, good. And that's the first time I met Mace. What else I got? Let's see, I played down there till 77. I was drafted, and they sent me to Double-A in Orlando. I led the league, got invited to big league camp. I called Mace, see if I can come through and work out with the team on the way to spring training. And just a little story about Lasorda, Mace's friend. He wanted me to go to a clinic, help out at a clinic over in Baton Rouge. So they set me up in a hotel. I checked into the hotel, checked the itinerary, and they said meeting them in some banquet room, and we'll talk about the itinerary and see who's going to do what. So I go check out this room. I was a little early, nobody's in there. So I hit the spread, and I hear somebody behind me say, hey, we the only ones in here? It's Tommy Lasorda. So I introduced myself. He introduces himself, didn't need to. And he said, where are you from? And I told him Illinois, but I played for the University of New Orleans. He said, oh, one of Mace's boys, huh? And I said, yeah. And he said, where are you heading? And I said, I'm going to spring training with Minnesota Twins. And he said, oh, one of Gene Mock's boys. And I said, you never know. He said, this is your first spring training? First big league spring training? I said, yeah. I explained everything to him. He said, Roger, I'm going to tell you right now, if you come to Dodger Town, you tell Gene Mock that you do not want to pitch against us. He said, we are loaded. He said, now I'm telling you the truth. Do not pitch against us. You don't want to. And he kept bugging me the whole time we're at that clinic. Every time he saw me, he said, Roger, do not pitch against us. I said, I'll do what Gene tells me to do. He said, no, tell him no. So as spring training turned out, I kept going out and doing the job, and Gene Mock was getting an earful from the Orlando front office because our spring training was in Orlando, where I played Double-A, and they kept telling Gene, you got to look at this kid. He can make your team. And Gene said, and they quoted him, and he was in the paper. He said, there's no punk with 2 months of minor league experience, just out of college, going to make my big league team. Not going to happen. Well, I kept doing everything right in spring training. He liked how I threw, liked my pickoff move. He liked everything. How I fielded ground balls, fielded my position. And so he kept throwing me out there, trotting me out there in spring training, inning here, inning there. He gave me a start over in Daytona Beach. A guy named Wayne Twitchell was pitching. Big, tall right-hander, threw very hard. And we're in the, I'm just throwing in a few other stories since Kiefer had said he talked all day on the video, so I figured I'd throw some in. So I throw my half of the inning in the first inning. We're into the second inning. We're up at the plate. We work ourselves into a guy on, guy out. Number 7 hitter gets on. Our number 8 hitter starts heading up to the plate. Gene Mock yells at me. He said, hey, Rook. I said, yeah. He said, grab a bat. And I said, grab a bat? What for? He said, you got to hit. We play a National League team at their park. You got to hit. I said, okay. So I grab a helmet. I walk up to the bat rack, pull a bat out. Somebody on the bench says, not that one, Rook. Pull another one out. Not that one, Rook. Pull another one out. Guy behind me says, nah, don't touch that bat ever. It was Rod Carew. He was the leadoff hitter. I said, what am I supposed to use? And he said, that other bat rack. It was the batting practice bats. They all had tape on the barrel. I sifted through there and pulled out a 35-inch Jackie Robinson, those big, thick handle bats. Everybody's laughing. I go up on deck circle and start swinging the bat. I mean, it's huge. And number 8 hitter walks. We got bases loaded, 2 outs. I walk up to the plate, look down at the third base coach, was Johnny Goro, my Double-A manager. He gives me a series of signs, and I said, what? And Jose Morales was the catcher. They were showcasing him because we traded for him after the game. He said, hey, Chico, you don't know the signals? I said, no. I said, it's my first spring training. I'm an American League pitcher. Why would they give me the signals? And I said, besides that, what signal could you give me? Bases loaded, 2 outs. What do you want me to do? And at that moment, Gene Mauch yells out, just let him hit. So I get in the box, Twitchell throws about a 95er down the middle, strike one. Umpire says, come on, kid, just take a hack. I said, all right, just chill. Ball, throws another ball. He's just throwing all fastballs. It's 2-1. Throws a fastball, about medium, away, waist high. I take a swing, hit a line shot in the right field. I'm running down the line thinking, man, that's a couple runs, and I'm throwing good. And next thing I know, the right fielder is Ellis Valentine. He filled the ball one hop, threw me out at first base. Nowhere to hide. I walk out to the mound, somebody runs my glove out to me. I throw one pitch, tell Butch Weiger to throw it down, and he's trying to settle me down. A little bit later, Camilo Pascual tells me, he said, I went over to Gene and said, do you think I should go talk to Roger? And Gene said, do you want to? Camilo said, no, I don't want to go out there. And Camilo said, Gene, you should go out there. And Gene said, I ain't going out there. So I got him out. I threw maybe 3 innings. Nobody got any runs off me. I had the whole spring training with no runs off me till we got out to the West Coast to finish spring training. But Gene kept throwing me out there. Next week we played over in Cocoa Beach against Houston. I finally got a safe hit off J.R. Richard. And then as it kept going, I throw 3 innings, 4 innings, and all of a sudden we're going to Dodger Town. And by this time, Gene's kind of, hey, I want to look at this guy because he keeps throwing me out there. I keep getting people out. I'm doing everything right. He likes my work ethic. He likes the way I'm filled in a position, throwing strikes, so on and so forth. So what happens? I go out to start my half of the inning in Dodger Town against the Dodgers, throwing my warm-ups, and I hear from over in the dugout, Roger, Roger, I told you you do not want to pitch against us. Roger! I look over and Tommy's out there screaming, and he keep yelling until I started the inning. I get out of the inning, go in, and Gene just comes over and looks at me and goes, who the heck are you, boy? You know Tommy Lasorda? I said, yeah, we're old buddies. And Gene kept throwing me out there. I threw another 5 innings against Boston, shut them out. I ended up going to California to finish spring training. I don't know what's going on. My brother kept calling and said, is there anybody left on the team? I mean, you got a full team, right? Any other pitchers left? And I said, no, I think that's it. But nobody told me anything. And finally, Gene said, they kept asking Gene, is Erickson on the team? He said he has to be. He does everything right. I can't keep him out of the big leagues. So I start the season with the Minnesota Twins in the big league. As things go, I'm throwing good. I win a couple games. We go back to Minnesota. We're on the road to start with. We go back to Minnesota. One more little story. We go back to Minnesota, pitching against California Angels. Frank Fernandez pitching. He hits our right fielder, Bombo Rivera, just drills him in the back, no reason. So I'm sitting on the bench. Gene comes over, stands in front of me, looks at me and says, hey, the next inning, get the first 2 guys out and hit the next guy right there. I said, okay. I look over at the catcher. My catcher was Glenn Boardman. That's usually Butch Weiger, but Glenn was catching me that game. He said, you got a problem with that, Rook? I said, well, what if I don't get the first 2 guys out? He said, oh, just get them out. And I said, oh, just get them out. That's pretty simple. Just get them out. Well, you want to pitch? as luck would have it, I got him out. Next guy is Bobby Gritch. In case anybody wants to watch that, it's on YouTube. Type in Erickson and base brawl or California versus Minnesota. It'll pop up. So I throw at him, I miss him. And he knows what's going on. Our bench is yelling, "Get him! Get him!" I throw at him again, right here. He kind of jukes over the plate, and I miss him again. I said, "You gotta be kidding me." Next pitch, I drop down through sidearm right at him, and he falls kind of this way over the plate. It goes behind his back. Our catcher runs after the ball to the backstop. As soon as he does that, Bobby Gritch charges the mound. I had walked down the decline of the mound, and you can see on the video, I'm kind of cussing. I said, "I can't hit this guy." And I'm cussing. I said, "You gotta be kidding me." I look up, and he's right there, taking a few swings at me. I blocked him with this hand, but I couldn't get my glove off, trying to get the glove off. I got a punch in, and all of a sudden, Rod Crew just drilled both of us, knocked us to the ground. People were fighting all over the field. It was a massive fight, and they're on top of me, beating on me, and our backup first baseman, Craig Cusick, was 6'5", 6'6", 275 pounds, drafted by the NFL, and blew his knee out. So he returned to baseball. But he dug through the pile and grabbed me by the shirt collar and pulled me up, and he said, "Get behind me." So we got a great picture in the paper. There's Gene and Craig and about 3 other guys in front of me saying, "Hey, come on, get him." And they finally settled everything down, threw Gritch out, didn't throw me out. And Fergosi was their manager. He went ballistic and screaming at me, "I'm going to get you." And everybody screaming, "I'm going to get you." They had to put pinch hitter in for Gritch with a 3-0 count. I ended up coming back, striking him out. And innings over, I go sit down. Gene comes over and said, "Hey, I'm going to take you out of the game just to save your life." He said, "Because they're coming after you, and they're coming after you hard." And I said, "That's all right." And he said, "No, I'm taking you out of the game." He said, "Just remember, you just threw an errant pitch. Nobody told you to do anything, right?" And I said, "Yeah, that's right. Yeah, nobody told me to do anything." So that gave me kind of a rep, and every time I came close to somebody, come inside, they charged them out. I got 3 more brawls that season. One of them was against California at the end of the year. Ronnie Jackson had broke his wrist punching someone, his left wrist. And he had just gotten it out of the cast. We had a tie score, and I give up a home run to Joe Rudy in the 8th inning. And the next hitter is Ronnie Jackson. And Ronnie stands on the plate anyway. Just got his cast off. I threw a ball up and in. Didn't mean to do it. Hit him on the wrist. He threw the bat down, charged the mound. Before he got to me, he dove and grabbed my feet. He's pulling on my feet, and the people were pulling me and pulling him. And it's kind of a hilarious thing. He just kept saying he's going to just beat me in the ground. "I'll find you. I'll get you after the game. I'll come to your house this winter. I'll get you." I said, "For God's sake." I said, "You stand on top of the plate." I said, "I didn't mean to hit you." So anyway, we trade for Ronnie. In spring training, I show up, walking through the locker room, and everybody's laughing. I said, "Why are you laughing?" He said, "Well, Ronnie's a pretty big guy. He's got some big arms." I said, "Geez, what, are we going to go at it right now?" "Well, he was asking for you." And I said, "Jesus." So I turned the corner, and there's Ronnie standing there. He goes, "Roger." And I said, "Ronnie." That was it. Nothing happened. He was a great guy. He kept asking me every time we were out having a beer, "You hit me, didn't you?" I said, "I didn't mean to hit you." I said, "You stand on top of the plate. You get hit all the time." But that's some cute little stories. I got a few more, but I'll wait till I see you, maybe another reunion. Happy birthday, Mace. Hopefully this turns out. I got to get the duct tape off my phone and see if I can send it. All righty?
Happy 80th birthday, Mace. Hope you have a great day with family, friends, great food, and some great wine. I'm not sure if you recall the first time we met. I was a young 18-year-old kid in the fall of 1973, stopped in your office talking about playing baseball for you. Fortunately, that began a great 4-year run playing on your various teams. As we know, we had a great 1974 team, and here's a picture of the team taken out at the lakefront before the season started. That was a gift to me from one of our great teammates, Danny Ness. So I want to thank you, if I haven't before, for the 4 years of support that you gave me back in the 70s. Here's to a long life, good health for you, Mace. Hope to join you one of these Fridays in your coffee club, and I'm happy to call you a friend after almost 50 years. Buen compleano, Mace. Enjoy.
Mace, I'd like to wish you a happy 80th birthday and many more years to come. I sure enjoy lately hanging with you and the other guys over at the coffee shop. It's been fun, and I'm looking forward to doing that more often and just being part of each other's life together. Happy birthday again.
Happy 80th birthday, Coach. I want you to know this is about the 12th take of trying to video this, so bear with us. Proud to have played for you. Obviously in 78, 79, I think our 78-9 team was one of the best, if not the best team in school history. A lot of memories, a lot of great memories, and I'll just share a few with you that kind of stick out in my mind. The first one obviously is you building that field out of nothing, you know, playing on campus with a snow fence for an outfield fence, and then moving into the great park that still sits there today with your name on it is something that I know all UNO players that played for you are really proud to have been associated with. I think the first baseball game memory-wise was our junior year, and we were playing on the school at campus, and South Alabama was coming to town, and I think they were ranked second in the nation, and we'd been hearing from the old guys about what kind of things Eddie Stanky would pull, and sure enough, Eddie pulled in, and not in a baseball uniform. He was in a suit and a tie and his wingtips, and he decided he was going to coach the game dressed like that in the dugout, old Connie Mack style. And I'm kind of wondering what he was up to, and sure enough, in the second inning, we got a little bit of a rally going, and he goes, meets with the umpire, and says, we need to remove Tom Schwanner, our first base coach, who is a coach, not a player, from the first base coaching box, because rule stated that he's got to be a player. And we had an unwritten rule. It was archaic, kind of a gentleman's agreement that, you know, we could have two coaches on the field at that time. And he didn't really like that, but you didn't say much. And you went in I remember you going in the medicine kit or wherever we kept the rule book and digging around and mumbling. And sure enough, you found the rule where everybody associated with the team other than the trainer had to be in uniform. And so you got Eddie tossed out of the game, and I have proof of that. Got a little picture here of Eddie sitting outside. You can see the snow fence there, and with the headlines that Maestri gets stanky as we split with South Alabama. To top it off, Eddie comes back, changes into his baseball uniform, but I think he forgot half his gear because he had his baseball uniform over his dress shirt. He wore his wingtips instead of his baseball spikes, and so he was quite a sight to see. The next memory, it kind of relates to you and I and our relationship through the years. And we were playing one of the Louisiana schools, and we were on the road, and we had a big lead, as we typically did when I pitched, which I was thankful for. But you weren't appreciative of the intensity that I was showing at that time. I think I had laid a fastball in there, and somebody had drilled it off the wall, and you were trying to get my attention. You came out and had a little bit of a chat with me, and there might have been a few four-letter words uttered, but you went back in the dugout, and of course the next pitch wasn't to your liking, and pretty soon you were yelling my name, Freilich, and I turned and looked in the dugout, and all of a sudden you took over calling pitches. pretty soon it was you wanted one up and in, and it was this, and then you wanted low and away, and you weren't making any bones about it to our team, their team, the fans, what was coming and what I was going to be throwing to those hitters. And, you know, to your credit, we got the side out, 1, 2, 3, left the guy standing on second base, and the next inning, the same thing. So, Mace, you get part of that win for me, and I appreciate that. The last memory, not the last memory, but the kind of a story that I think we need to put an end to. I asked my mom and dad if they had any fond memories of the 2 years, and they certainly did. They really enjoyed the time. They came down every spring and spent time with the parents and got to know the players and my roommates and the coaches better. But my dad wanted to, you know, one full disclosure and kind of beg for your forgiveness. At the age of 86, when he poisoned the team in Lamar, Texas, after our first game with Lamar, when we were in Beaumont, we were staying at the Red Lion Inn, and my dad came in, and it was happy hour. And that was back then when it wasn't a cardinal sin for the players to be in the bar with the coaches like it is now. And in typical Dick Freilich fashion, you know, he got a hold of the server and gave him one of these, like, buy a round for everybody. The problem was he did that about 3 or 4 times. And by about 8 o'clock that night, most of our players were in trouble in one way or another. And it was reflected the next day on the field. Somehow we managed to split, and I'll never forget our right fielder after every inning of that doubleheader coming in looking for a cold soaked towel to stick over his head because the Texas scorcher that he was experiencing was killing him. So Mom and Dad say happy 80th also, Mace, and again, thank you. It was wonderful playing for you as a coach. Been a great mentor, and now proud to call you my friend. Happy 80th.
Hi, Mace. I have this up in my house, and I wanted you to know that every time I look at it, I think of you and the wonderful times we had when I played for you. I know your birthday's coming up. Happy 80th birthday. God bless you. Have a wonderful Christmas, and hope to see you soon.
Happy 80th birthday, Mace. I hope those kids and grandkids throw you one big COVID birthday party. Wishing you well from Arizona, soon to be from Texas, moving to North Richland Hills, probably the first of the year. Anyway, again, happy 80th birthday, and stay well, be well. Fitz.
Hey Mace, happy birthday. It's a shame with all the COVID stuff going on, we can't all congregate in New Orleans, celebrate this thing right. But we hope you have a great birthday. You got a lot of guys pulling for you. A lot of guys I know that are sending these videos, and that's some tree that you got with all the major league managers, players, general managers, all the Division I coaches, all the coaches all over the country. Everybody in that's come in contact with you is all the better for it, and we all appreciate you. You know, you've done a lot for all of us, and you know, we're always there for you. And I know as a group that we're all wishing you a great 80th birthday, and like I say, wishing that we all could be there. So have a great day. We all love you. Love to Sue and the family, and hope you have an awesome day. So hopefully you too, we'll see you at the ballpark this summer. All right, buddy. Love you. God bless.
From selling hot dogs and drinks under the bleachers during the basketball games, Rod Luck on the PA system with his antics, the lawnmower that caught on fire in the storage shed, and Butch's dogs running around the offices, pooping and peeing on the floor. But the funniest day was without a doubt when Musso said, "When your feet hit the ground, you out of here." And you know exactly where that memory comes from. Mace, I want to wish you the happiest birthday of all. 80 years, fantastic. Super guy. Love you so much.
Happy 80th birthday to the Godfather himself, Coach Ron Maestri. Thank you so much for everything you've done with the baseball program at UNO and the surrounding community in New Orleans. You are the man, Coach. The best is yet to come.
Mace, Rig and Bev from Illinois, wishing you a happy
birthday, Mace.
80th birthday, Mace. Holy crap, 80 years. That's unbelievable. You and I now have known each other for 47 years. Aren't you the lucky one? No. I just wanted to thank you, Mace, for bringing me to New Orleans twice. The first time I had to leave on sabbatical, educational sabbatical. That's what they call it now. That's under the Biden administration. But the second time I was able to meet my beautiful wife, and we have now been married for 41 years, Mace, and thank you.
Thanks, Mace.
And thank you for loaning us Chrissy to be our flower girl.
Yeah.
But that's not all of it. You brought together guys from the North and the South that have built a bond, that have been friends now for 47 years. And they're some of the greatest friends anybody could ever have. Mm-hmm. And you were part of it. And I wanted to thank you for that, because those guys are great, Mace. We were able to put some great teams together and go to war together, and we had a great, great time. And you, with the help of Sue, were the mastermind. From the first day I got on campus, Mace, you and Sue made me feel like family. And I appreciate that. I'll never forget that. You introduced me as the only undergraduate with tenure, which is close to being true. I wish I'd get a pension out of that thing, though. But being the mastermind, I just wanted to go through a few points here that I've put together, that I learned from you. Those are only 2 pages. I got about 10 sitting over here. We got on campus, the first thing you taught us and first speech you ever gave us was for $10 and a bottle of wine, you could get anything you wanted in New Orleans. Just don't bring it back because we don't have a budget for penicillin. And not having a curfew, that kind of helped. I think Fitz learned it a little bit more than I did. But other than that, not having a curfew was awesome. It really helped a couple of us, especially educationally. We were able to stroll around the French Quarter and learn things or see things or see people that we could help us with our grade point average. And again, thank you. Then you taught us how to fundraise. You had great guys that could do radio. You had guys that did play-by-play, but you had another guy, I think it was the same guy, that did fundraising. He could shake down anybody for money. And we needed it. Great fundraising idea. The other thing is you always taught me to keep lawyers and judges close, just in case you or your players may need one. One of the biggest ones, though, Mace, was how you taught us at mathematics. Always buy 12-ounce cans of beer and 10-ounce cups. That way, the guys who are passing out and buying the beer, selling the beer, were able to have 2 ounces for themselves. Not that they got too inebriated. But one of the best, Mace, I was able to spend the summer with you, too. That was a lot of fun. But you taught me more about umpires than I ever thought I'd know. One, talk to them in a high-pitched voice. That way nobody knows what you're talking about. Not even the umpires. Not even your players. And if you get up there real high, the only ones that are ever going to understand are the dogs. But, hey, whatever. Secondly, if an umpire ever splits his pants during a ball game, all you need to do is make sure that you're sitting on all the towels. So when he comes over to your dugout looking to see for some help from us, you cover up the split in his pants. You can just say, hey, sorry, we don't have any. And make him go back there, bend over, and the whole crowd laugh at him. But some of the other ones, Mace, like finding the umpire's cigarettes out at the end of the fence after a ball game and grabbing them and crushing them since you got thrown out of the game and you had to bring the bus behind the backstop just to yell at the umpire. That was classic. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. But the most classic of all, Mace, was locking the umpires in the porta-john and then rocking it. That was precious. So, Mace, for another 80 years, Bev and I would like to wish you again a happy
birthday.
80th birthday, Mace.
Many
Salute.
more to come.
Coach Maestri, it's Brian DeValk from 1981 and 1982. Mike Jennings and I transferred down to New Orleans from Triton College up here in the Chicago area. And when we arrived, we asked Mike Campbell where the beach was. In any case, what a great trip that was. It changed both of our lives, having you and Schwan and Mike Campbell as coaches. But as you know, New Orleans changes your life forever, and Mike and I both experienced that. I can't thank you enough for giving us the opportunity to play down there, and also for picking me up and taking me to the Drago's restaurant for the dinner when I was in town most recently. It just goes to show you that that coaching nature never goes away. And I've taken that, what you've shown me in the time that I was there, I've carried that through my life, and I really want to take this opportunity to wish you a happiest birthday. Thanks again, Coach.
A toast to you on your birthday, Coach Maestri. I hope you have a fabulous day. And even though I left you for a black ball guy, you were my best boss ever. Love you. Have a great day.
Hi, Mace. Happy birthday from the Bushwhacker. I know a lot of people are sending you baseball memories, but I thought I'd send you some of the fun memories that we've had over the years that actually didn't involve baseball. I know you remember all these times very well. First of all, how about us fishing with Tim Floyd? And who could ever forget when I got backed up out there on the boat and made it in there, finally back to Tim's place, and Tim had to buy catfish to put down the toilet to clear out that mess. I know you remember that. What a good time. Let's do that again. And then, Mace, how about a grand slam when you had to teach me how to mop? Here I was trying to mop, and you grabbed the mop and said, no, 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 RB, you gotta dance. You gotta dance with the mop. Dance with it. Lessons I've never forgotten. Thank you, Mace. Now I dance with the mop. And finally, one other great memory. Mace, who could ever forget when you taught me to appreciate a woman with a beautiful purse like this? Remember us in Italy, Mace? And you just said, how can you not appreciate a fine-looking purse when somebody comes walking down the street with it? Another life memory for me, Mace. Thank you so much. All of these things are things I remember so well, but more than anything, Mace, so much I appreciate your lifelong friendship, our ability to laugh at life together, and I continue to learn from you every day. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful 80th birthday. From my video assistant, Kathy, and I,
Happy birthday,
Mace. Have a great day, buddy. Take care.
Hey, Mace, this is Boat. I'll tell you what, happy birthday, and you look the same as you did when I walked off that plane in the summer, August of 1971. Hey, too many memories to put on this video, but I hope I can pick out a few. And of course, thank you for letting me live out that dream and playing professional baseball, and a pretty good career at that, given my limited abilities. I want to thank you for all the fundamentals you taught me, all the attitude, never give up, and keep swinging, and the ability, since I probably played more first base than the outfield, to fool Milt and the Red Sox that I could play the outfield. Anyway, boy, it was a great memory. I remember those first couple games. I remember the first road trip. I think I had a home run against Christian Brothers, or that was at home, and then we went to Southeast. Had another one, and when we got on the bus, we were 3-1, and you said 3-1 and on the run. considering we only had, two pitchers, JJ and Schroer and Sexton, make that 3. And Gil Mills was your closer. I think we finished 24-17. And considering that hodgepodge squad you started to build there in 72, and of course added the guys from Centerville in 73, we were very competitive, and that proved out as you went to the World Series. Oh, so much fun last, 3 weeks ago. We drove around the car telling stories, and you were telling the Lasorda jokes. I hadn't laughed that hard in a long time. Always enjoyed getting together with you. Hope you can come up here and visit sometime. Maybe play a little golf at Scioto Country Club and just relive some of those memories. It's always great. You had some great lines, too. The Sexton story where he goes, a full house, that's a classic. And I know you got a little bit of a temper when it came to the umpires. Since we were the new kid on the block and the stepchild, if you will, we didn't get many calls, but we made the best we could. It's unbelievable to see where the program's gone and the players that have been developed. And also I know you helped me get Mac down there and let him play, and he's thankful too. So anyway, let's talk later. Happy birthday and Happy New Year, and I'll see you soon. Love you, Mace. Thanks again for letting me live out the dreams. Thanks.
Hi, Mace. Hi, Mace. It's the original Dr. J. Wishing you a happy 80th birthday. I'm so excited for you. It's fantastic. I'm sure you're going to have a great day with Sue and the kids, the grandkids and the kids, and when you celebrate. And it seems like just yesterday we were celebrating out on the old campus at UNO, the baseball diamond with the snow fence, and those were the good old days, the good times. Dr. Mace and Dr. J, happy birthday, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Hope to see you soon.
Well, hey, Mace, happy birthday on your 80th birthday. I don't know if you can see it, but up above me here are pictures of the Amalfi Coast over in Italy, just to show and celebrate your Italian heritage. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of baseball stories here tonight with so many guys you have that are going to help you celebrate. But before I get into that, I want to take this opportunity to express my appreciation for everything you did, all the efforts you made to get my whole family involved in the UNO community. We absolutely loved it. It was a great ride, and I had a chance to fulfill more goals in baseball than I thought I'd have the opportunity to ever experience. So thank you for that. It was a wonderful ride. I enjoyed coaching with you, seeing how you operate, especially during the ball games, and being able to handle so many outstanding baseball players during the course of our careers. So thank you for that. Now, as I said, I'm sure there'll be a lot of baseball stories, and they're all great. But I'd like to focus on how competitive you were when we were playing South Alabama and one of your best friends, Eddie Stanky. It all started at that old field by the gym when Eddie showed up for a doubleheader in his suit and tie, and you wouldn't have anything to do with that. Y'all were chawing at each other back and forth about what he can do and what he couldn't do inside the lines. So finally, Eddie goes to the bus and he puts his baseball pants and his baseball shirt on top of his suit. And that didn't satisfy you either. I'm sure the umpires got a kick or struggled a little bit, but we were having a kick watching all that performance. And then it continued, this competitiveness. I can remember Sunbelt games when the feud got a little more serious and you guys wouldn't even talk to each other. You would use me as a mediator. You would start out the conversation, Tom, would you tell that guy sitting over there in that South Alabama hat that this, and this, X, Y, and Z, and then he'd fire right back at you using me. He wouldn't talk straight to you. Hey, Mace, Hey, Tom, would you tell Mace X, Y, and Z? And this carried on for a year or 2 years. And I just got a big kick out of that because it showed how competitive you two guys were. But down deep, you had a lot of respect for each other. I think it all boiled down to who was going to be dominant in college baseball down in the South. And that was a tough one. But I have to side with you, Mace. You made it all happen right from the beginning. So happy birthday again to you, Mace, and enjoy yourself with that wonderful family you've got with those kids, grandkids, and that beautiful wife of yours. Happy birthday again, boy, and good luck to you.
Hey, Mace. Just want to wish you a happy birthday on your special birthday, your 80th birthday. I'm still hoping that I'm going to be able to get together with you and Randy and Poopy, so maybe we can have a small lunch for your birthday. But just want to be a part of the video that's being done for you to wish you a happy birthday. Mace, it's impossible to put into words how much you have meant to so many former players, people that you've come into contact with in your life, and certainly I'm at the top of the list. Nothing in my life would have been possible without your guidance and your mentorship and your friendship. And that's something that I'm so proud that we continue this even to today, all these years later. You're simply the best, Mace. I love you with all my heart. I appreciate everything you've done. The world has been a great place for 80 years with you in it. And I hope we can share together many more great times together. So happy 80th birthday, Mace.
Happy birthday, Mace. 80 years. Difference maker. You are definitely a difference maker. I wish you the very best on your day, and hope I get a chance to talk to you soon. Love you, man. All right, Mace. Take care. Bye.
Hey, Mace. Hayden and Pup here. Hayden wants to wish you a happy 80th birthday. And he says one day he's going to play out the outfield at Maestri Field. Happy birthday, Mace. Love you. Bye.
Mace, fishing, yellowmouth head shakers. Wish you could be here. Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I want to tell you I appreciate everything you do for me. You still owe me a trip to Italy. We're going to get there eventually, but hopefully we have many more fishing trips together. And just again, I appreciate everything you've done.
Well, happy birthday. Happy 80th birthday, old man. Let's see, if you're turning 80, I must be getting pretty old also. Well, I can't believe we've known each other for 45 plus years. To be exact, 47 years. When I walked on to the UNO baseball team, and you gave me the opportunity of a lifetime. The 80th birthday, I thought I'd take a rather quick walk down memory lane, starting with memories of my first year at UNO in 1974, that great 74 team. What a great group of diverse guys. We all know diversity is a big thing these days, but you invented it back then. You think about the guys on that team: Barkus, Gil Mills, Tommy Rima, Fitz, Nestle, Keefe, JJ. A great mix of young New Orleans guys: Rudy, Randy Miller, Ned, Johnny Owens, myself, Rooster, Joe Roussel, and the Northerners like yourself that you brought in. I certainly remember selling beer at basketball games to pay for our new blue uniforms so that we didn't have to just wear these old UNO with the no LS on it. I know how much passion we all had and that you shared with us. I remember the fights that we had at Southeastern, at Tulane, and of course the infamous fight with the Nicholls State's fans at the regional tournament at Kirsch-Rooney. It was truly a dream season with regionals in New Orleans, crazy stays, as we just talked about in our last coffee, at the Fontainebleau Hotel and at the Bienville House Hotel, and then the very unique rides all the way up to Springfield for the World Series. '74 was such a great year. Terrific games, beating Nicholls State twice to earn our berth in the World Series. Fighting through the losers bracket up in Springfield in your own backyard to play for the national championship. And all of this, what a special time for this walk-on freshman. What a great experience was for us, for me. 1975, kind of a disappointing year. 76, a rebuilding year, and one that we did much better, and it prepared us for a great 77 season. Before the 77 season started, you did another favor for me. You sent me up to play for your buddy, J.W. Sanders, up in Charleston, Mattoon, in the CICL, and what a great summer that was. I learned so much and had a ball. And then we came back and we prepared for the 77 season, my senior year. And what a great team we had. Not a whole lot of hitting, but a solid pitching core led by Gene Robinson, Roger Erickson, and a really solid defense with Kevin McGann and Manny Coletti and Quaddy in the outfield. And what a great team to play for. And I remember, you know, one game getting hit in the face with a ball going down. It happened to be on, I remember this, Claire's 21st birthday, because I had planned a surprise party for her that night, which I ended up going to, but with stitches in my mouth. And what I most remember about that is the guy that brought me to the hospital and sat with me and made me laugh through it all when I didn't want to laugh was Rod Luck. That was quite an experience to remember. Of course, the 77 season included, you know, one of the things that you're most remembered for, and as you know, standing on your head. I was going to try to do that in this video, but you know, my back, I probably wouldn't get back up and be able to finish the rest of it. But what a great game against Missouri, where you stood on your head and you know, was trying to show A.J. Musso a better view for him to call strikes a little bit better. And then by the end of that great season, we headed off to Arlington to play in the regionals, and what a great experience that was, you know, for all of us to go play in a major league stadium in Ranger Stadium there. While it didn't end the way we wanted it to, it was a great end to my college career, and it was very special to do it all 4 years with you, and for my buddies that went 4 years with me, Rudy, Ned, Johnny Owens, and Steve Garwood, for us to go through all 4 years together. You know, I know your influence. I need to thank you again for getting me drafted by the Twins. Sorry it didn't last too long, but I figured out pretty quickly that pro ball wasn't for me. But I love the short experience that I have out there. And while the skills that you taught me weren't used very long in my professional baseball career, I certainly put them to good use in my, quote, other professional career that I did for 40 years, and that's in the business world. Preparation, dedication, grinding through difficult times, all those things that you taught us. Thank you for those life lessons. So there's no way that I could, any of us could go through and cover all the stories that we had, but so I'll wrap this up. You know, thank you, you know, for your coaching, for your guidance, and especially for your friendship over 45 plus years, and especially over the last 3 years since I returned to New Orleans. I look forward to many more Friday coffee meetings and many more UNO baseball games. So again, happy birthday, happy 80th birthday. What a great milestone, and here's to many, many more, and from one lifetime privateer to the next. I'll pull out the old hat. It doesn't fit too well anymore, but happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. Take care, bud. Bye.
Baseball, happy birthday. It's a real treat to be able to spend some time with you virtually. I wish I was there in New Orleans and celebrating with the family, But I just wanted to take a few moments to reminisce. As they say in the South, I've been knowing you for about 35 years, Mace. And a lot of the wrinkles and laugh lines are because of you. Whenever I see your number pop up on the screen, I immediately take the call if I can, because I know it's going to be a worthwhile call, and it's always fun to catch up and talk about the days past. You know, some of those memories, World Series trips, the Tommy Lasorda fundraisers, your good buddy Tommy. I'll never forget one of the last ones. I think it was at a retirement, and he said, "Blankety blank, Mace, how many times are you going to retire? Because I'm getting tired of coming to these things on your behalf." But I wasn't there that night in Arkansas when you were mistaken for Mickey Mantle. But I've heard all the stories, and of course your compadres that night didn't dispel the rumor that you weren't Mickey Mantle. But I think, and then Doc killing the duck on a line drive tee shot, that stands out as a laugher. But a lot of people don't know the time you saved my life. You had convinced me to ride in Mardi Gras out in Metairie, and we were having a wonderful time. I think we were the very last float, and we came around the corner to hundreds of thousands of people, and somewhere near your house on Beverly Garden, the float broke down, and we dropped an axle, and it was like the storming of the Bastille. And without Maurice's king cake minis and this Mardi Gras signed Ron Maestri ball, throwing them and keeping the people off the float, I think we would have been dead. So thank you for saving my life. And I wish I were there with you and Sue, John, Chrissy, all the grandkids, your daughter and son-in-law and everybody. I hope you're having a great day and keep the celebration rolling. My best, Mace. I love you. Happy birthday.
Hey, Mace, somebody told me you have a big birthday coming up. I hope it's a great one, and too bad we can't celebrate with COVID. It's hard to believe our friendship goes back to 1972. We were such babies. Have a great birthday. Hopefully we'll get to celebrate and see you soon. Bye.
Hey, Ron. It's JJ and Susie. We just wanted to wish you a happy 80th birthday, and I just want to thank you for all the wonderful things you've done for me and all the other hundreds of ball players that you've helped out. Thank you, and we just want you to know we appreciate it. Have a good day, buddy.
Congratulations, Ron. We feel blessed to know you. Many more.
Bye now.
Our dad couldn't be here, Coach Mace, so we decided we would send you this for him. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Coach Maestri. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Mace.